Lots of things happening here at Piney Grove today. We got our electrician, Travis, on site. He's been working in the red barn. He put up I think it's a 6,000 watt LED light facing to the east and gave us a light switch and some outlets inside the red barn. Things we didn't have before, and then also did some work in the workshop there. But now we're getting ready to do two big upgrades to the mega shed. Number one is we're going to be putting in a 7-foot ceiling fan up there, and Travis is trying to figure out now how to support it because there's no built-in support there. This is a Carolina carport shed, and the supports up there aren't strong enough, so he's figuring out how he's going to strengthen them, either with some unistrut or some leftover framing material, which is 2 1/4 square tubing that I have left over from the build. And then we're also going to be installing a brand new camera from Reolink. It is their Track Mix floodlight, and it is a floodlight, a security light, and it's also a pan tilt zoom 2-lens camera. We have several Reolink cameras already here on the property, and one of the best features of them is you don't have to pay a monthly fee for their cameras because they have onboard storage. They connect directly to the internet via our Starlink, and we can get alerts and then go back and see what alerted it if we're off the property or even if we're on the property. So we're excited to try out their new camera and add it to our collection of Reolink cameras out here already. We got a camera here on the corner of the cow barn and then also one over there, but neither one of them allow you to zoom from the app. So that's going to be a big difference. These statically monitor the east pasture and also the north pasture. But once that one's up on the mega shed, we'll be able to turn it, pan it, and zoom in on something coming up the driveway, something here, anything that's over in the front door of the red barn. It's just another layer or another angle of security for us out here. This is the typical construction of a Carolina carport or a metal building. They have 2 1/4 tubular steel, and then they have this channel right here, which they put at an angle for your wind load and your snow load, although we don't have a need for snow load here in Florida. And here in the main bay, they put them in across each of the rafters for extra strength. So I think what we're going to do is bridge like 3 of them with that or a piece of unistrut, and that should give us plenty of strength to support the 7-foot fans. We have 2 of these fans installed already in the red barn, but that is a pole barn and that has a different set of rafters than this. So we strengthened that one with unistrut, but we had to do it in a different way. We've got 2 of these fans installed here in the red barn, and you can see the truss configuration is way different than the Carolina carport. So we added that unistrut just as a vertical support for the fan. And with that extra support, these fans don't vibrate at all, and we run them all night, every night for the cows. I just put both of them on their highest speed, which is 6, and they don't wobble or vibrate. They just push a lot of air around this barn. I guess Travis made a command decision. We're going with unistrut. So Travis has a plan, and I think his plan is to do very similar to what I just showed you over in the red barn, but come down from the rafter with some unistrut and just use one of those single channel type of pieces of metal up there, and he thinks that'll be strong enough. He might come down on both sides. Travis and I had a discussion earlier about electricians, well actually trades in general, and who is the messiest, like who leaves the biggest mess in your house. And he hands down says it's electricians, and he says that he's proud of it as well, and that he's not going to clean up because he doesn't want to ruin the good name of electricians who leave your house messy. He said he don't know if he said it exactly that way, but the premise is, why would you pay an electrician $100 an hour to clean up? That's basically what we were talking about. Travis said an electrician with a broom is like Bigfoot. You've heard about him, but you've never seen him. So our plan is to use one of those struts, right? One of those support braces. If we need to, on the end where it attaches to the 2 1/4, because I think they only did 1 screw each. Matter of fact, I know they only did 1 screw. Maybe we'll put more screws in it. Maybe we won't. It'll probably hold it. I mean, Travis was grabbing it and like shaking it, and the whole building was shaking. Like you could hear the door rattling. Well, as bad luck would have it, we've got some MC cable on this side of that metal rafter, so that's going to be hard to work around. And if you don't know what MC cable is, here it is without foam over it. So here's what he had to do. Because of that MC cable up there, he can't get the whole thickness of this unistrut. So he carved off a piece of it, and then he'll slide that up, and the MC will be where my finger is, like that. And that way he can still sandwich two pieces of unistrut together. Okay, he's making progress now. He's got the vertical unistrut in, and he's sandwiching it. And he had a lot of trouble there at the peak of the rafter because of the way it's built. It's bulged so that it retains its strength when they make the bend at the very top. That and the fact that that MC cable was in the way, and he had to fabricate that unistrut so that he could get a piece on both sides. It's taken him a while to get that set up, but that's just something that I wouldn't have been able to do. He's over there working overhead. I can't even get my arms above, my arms above my shoulders or above my head, and he's been working at it like that for an hour or more. But he's got it, and he's already got the mount up there for the fan, so the rest of the process of mounting the fan should go pretty quick. All right, Travis, that took a while. What do you got to say about that?
That's not going anywhere.
That's for sure. He was hanging by it. All right, we're ready to hang it. Got the motor stabbed in there, and now he's going to grab some power from one of the light boxes. I think that one. Yep, little piece of MC cable. That'll power the fan. And since it's remote control, we don't need a power switch for the fan itself. So while Travis was doing the easy work, I was over here doing the hard work. I mounted the remote control right here. I didn't break any drill bits, but I did break off a screw. It's working great. Now, one thing that's not ideal about this fan is the lights are above the fan, which gives you that strobe light effect if you look up at it. But most of the time, I'm not going to have that high bay light in here, so I'll have to have either the light on or the fan on, because right now, that would drive me crazy. But we'll turn the light off, and hopefully the fan stays on. Apparently, we did get the power from the light, but that light doesn't have constant power. It's switched. So as is typical out here at Piney Grove, every job seems to take longer, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the way it is. We thought that fan install would be a quick install, but because of the way the bracket had to be strengthened, it took a long time. But this should be a really easy install. He's got to run some MC cable from a hot circuit over to the camera, which he's going to put above the ladder up there. We've already figured out a place to put it. The camera, the rear link cameras, we've already loaded them into Deb and my phone with the app. Simple, just scan the QR code. So if technology kind of intimidates you, they have made it so simple nowadays, especially the rear link app. There's also a client that goes on your laptop. Real easy. Once you've added it to the app, it's automatically added to the client. Okay, what we're running into with this install is we got to get this box up high so that the camera hangs down below the electrical box. The problem is on the back side, the stud is way over here, and he needs to get a hole over here. So he's got to do some more MacGyvering to give himself something to fasten this securely. But other than that, it should go up quickly. We had to pre-drill it, but he got it. Got 2 screws into the stud up there. That thing's not going anywhere for sure. Now we got a good solid base to mount the camera. A couple wires. We should have this thing up and running in a few minutes. All right, guys, as you can see, the sun has set on another day here at Piney Grove, but we made some progress by putting the fan up in the mega shed, doing some work in the red barn, and also putting up the rear link camera. So day by day, week by week, we're getting our homestead finished. But as always, we appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, y'all.